The Guardians were heroes. They were a group of extraordinary beings, each with their own unique powers and responsibilities. Together, they formed an unstoppable team dedicated to protecting the innocence and joy of children all around the world. They protected all the children in the world. Whether it was through magical means or sheer determination, the Guardians ensured that every child felt safe and cherished. There was North, the big, jolly leader with a white beard. He was the heart and soul of the group, always ready with a hearty laugh and a warm smile. He made toys in his workshop at the North Pole. His workshop was a wonderland of creativity, filled with bustling elves and magical machines, all working tirelessly to create joy for children everywhere. Tooth Fairy collected children's teeth. Each tooth she gathered was a symbol of a child's growth and a promise of a bright future. She was small and sparkly, with wings that fluttered fast. Her presence was always accompanied by a gentle, shimmering light that brought comfort to sleeping children. The Easter Bunny hopped around hiding eggs. His eggs were not just ordinary eggs. They were filled with magic and wonder, bringing smiles and surprises to children every Easter. He was big and strong, with fluffy ears. Then there was Sandman. The Easter Bunny's strength was matched only by his gentle nature, making him a beloved figure among the Guardians. He was quiet and made golden sand fall from his hands. Sandman was the silent guardian of dreams, his golden sand weaving the most beautiful and peaceful dreams for children. The sand gave children good dreams. His presence was soothing, and his dreams were a sanctuary for children, a place where they could escape and find happiness. And then there was Jack Frost. Jack was a bit of a loner, always on the outskirts, watching and waiting. Jack wasn't really a guardian yet. He was still trying to find his place among the Guardians, unsure of where he fit in. He just liked to have fun with his magic frost staff. His powers were incredible, allowing him to create beautiful frost patterns and bring a touch of winter magic wherever he went. Could he learn to be a true guardian? Jack's journey was just beginning, and he had much to learn about responsibility, teamwork, and the true meaning of being a guardian. The other Guardians saw potential in him, and they hoped that one day he would join them as a full-fledged member of their extraordinary team. One day, a dark cloud spread across the sky, casting an eerie shadow over the land. The once bright and cheerful day turned into a gloomy and foreboding night. The air grew cold, and a sense of dread filled the hearts of everyone who looked up. It was pitch black, the boogeyman. With his sinister smile and menacing presence, he brought fear wherever he went. His dark aura seemed to suck the joy out of the atmosphere, leaving only despair in its wake. He wanted to get rid of all the fun and laughter in the world. Pitch Black thrived on fear and sadness, and he knew that by extinguishing joy, he could grow stronger. He plotted in the shadows, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. Pitch Black wanted children to be afraid of the dark. He knew that the purest form of fear came from the innocent hearts of children. By making them afraid, he could spread his darkness even further. The sound of their laughter was like poison to him, and he would stop at nothing to silence it. Pitch Black sent out his nightmare horses to scare everyone. These terrifying creatures, born from the darkest corners of his mind, galloped through the night, their hooves pounding like thunder. Their eyes glowed with an eerie light, and their presence alone was enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. They flew through the air, leaving trails of black sand. This sand was no ordinary sand. It carried with it the essence of nightmares. Wherever it fell, it brought with it visions of terror and despair, ensuring that no one could escape the grip of Pitch Black's fear. The Guardians knew they had to stop Pitch Black. These brave protectors of light and joy could not stand by and watch as darkness consumed the world. They gathered together, their faces set with determination, ready to face the boogeyman and his minions. It was time to work together. United by their common goal, the Guardians prepared for the battle ahead. They knew that only by combining their strengths and standing as one could, they hoped to defeat Pitch Black and restore light and laughter to the world. The fate of joy and happiness rested in their hands, and they were ready to fight for it. Sandman flew into action. He sprinkled golden dream sand everywhere. Good dreams filled children's sleep and pushed away the fear. The Sandman's sand was magic. It reminded children of happy things. But Pitch Black had a plan. He threw black sand at Sandman. The golden sand started to disappear. Sandman needed help. Tooth Fairy zoomed through the air, her tiny helpers following behind. She collected teeth as fast as she could. Each tooth held a little bit of a child's belief in the Guardians. Tooth knew that children needed to keep believing. If they stopped, the Guardians would lose their power. "We need to show them there's nothing to be afraid of," she shouted. Jack Frost saw the nightmares chasing the Tooth Fairy's helpers. He might have liked to play tricks sometimes, but he didn't like bullies. Jack froze the nightmares with his magic staff. The little fairies were safe. "Thanks, Jack," Tooth Fairy said. She smiled, and Jack felt a warm feeling inside. Maybe being a guardian wouldn't be so bad. Section 6, The Easter Bunny's Plan. "We need a plan," boomed the Easter Bunny, "and we need it fast." North stroked his beard. "We need to get to Pitch Black's lair and stop him for good," he said. "But how?" asked Tooth Fairy. "It's too dangerous." The Easter Bunny grinned. "Leave that to me," he said. He had an idea, a very bouncy idea. Section 7, North's Workshop of Wonders. The Guardians flew to the North Pole. North's workshop was amazing. It was full of busy yetis and elves making toys. North went to a special cupboard. He pulled out a snow globe. It sparkled with magic. "This will help us find the children and give them good dreams," he said. "But we need to get it to Pitch Black's lair." Section 8, The Final Showdown. The Easter Bunny had dug a tunnel all the way to Pitch Black's lair. The Guardians crept inside. Pitch Black was waiting for them. He laughed. "You cannot defeat me," he boomed. "The children are afraid of the dark." The Guardians fought back. Jack froze the nightmares. Tooth Fairy's helpers collected good dreams. Sandman sprinkled his magic sand. Section 9. Believing is seeing. In a world where dreams and nightmares collide, the power of belief can shape reality. This is a story about how faith and hope can conquer even the darkest of fears. North held up the snow globe, a symbol of hope and magic. It was more than just a trinket. It was a beacon of light in the darkness. It glowed brightly, sending out good dreams and happy thoughts. The light from the snow globe spread across the land, touching the hearts of children everywhere. The children weren't afraid anymore. Their faces lit up with joy and relief as the warmth of the snow globe's magic enveloped them. They believed in the Guardians. Pitch Black growled, his anger palpable. He thrived on fear and despair, and the children's newfound belief was his greatest enemy. He hated laughter and happiness. The sound of children's giggles and the sight of their smiles were like poison to him. As the children's belief grew stronger, Pitch Black grew weaker. The darkness that once seemed impenetrable began to wane, replaced by the light of hope. Soon, he disappeared into the shadows, unable to withstand the power of belief. The Guardians had won. Jack Frost smiled, his heart swelling with pride and joy. He was a true guardian now, protecting children and spreading joy. He had found his purpose, and it was more fulfilling than he had ever imagined. He had learned that believing in something made it real. It wasn't just about magic. It was about faith, trust, and the power of the human spirit. And he knew that as long as children believed, the guardians would always be there to protect them. The end. The story of the Guardians is a testament to the enduring power of belief. It reminds us that no matter how dark the world may seem, there is always light to be found in the hearts of those who believe.